Hello and welcome to part 2 of the video tutorial on piano on Chopin's Waltz in E minor. I am Sarah Hager. In part 1 of the tutorial, I gave a brief introduction to the waltz in which I primarily discussed the speed at which it should be played, generally played too fast by the great virtuosos, and I don't think it was ever intended to be played so fast, but that we discussed in part 1 of the tutorial, and then I played the waltz for you. Now today we will take up a detailed study on how to practice this waltz. So as you know, it begins with an opening flourish. So how to practice it? Basically, it is the chord of E minor ascending. You can first practice it. You can first practice it in block chords, playing E minor in root position and then both the inversions like this. But this is a slightly complex chord where there is the semitone before each note of the arpeggio. So you have instead of. So it's like, imagine the first inversion of B, which is the dominant of E before. So. So now you can practice this slowly. I have never had any trouble with the left hand tenth, but while teaching this waltz, I have found invariably that my students had trouble with this, even if they were young men with large hands. So in that case, if you have a problem, practice this separately till it becomes easy to play. Now, another mistake that we can make, common mistake with passionate piano lovers like ourselves, is that we start this opening run loud. Right away we do. But that's not what Chopin has written. He's written piano. So we should start soft as well as slow, and then make a crescendo as well as an accelerando. So that's about the opening run. Now the principal theme. So the most important thing to note are the slurs in the left hand. Chopin doesn't want us to play with the rhythm of a waltz normally, which we play 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Rather, he wants us to play 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, giving a special kind of lilt. So, not, but. And this is throughout the waltz, even on the third page, it's. You see, when we come to. So please make a special note of those slurs. It's only when the accompaniment is flowing in a bit measures, I think 90 to 96. So That's the only place where he doesn't have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, on the second page, when you have this beautiful chromatically descending passage, feel that chromatic descent, emphasize it, you know. And so on. And then it gets a little more brilliant. Now here it would be advisable first to practice the right hand alone in blocked chords. That's a good way to get to know it thoroughly. And then in the left hand there are leaps, so practice the left hand alone. The chromatic descent, so then you get a lot of spot practice should be done there if you would like to play it the way you want to play it. Now that brings us to the finale, and measures 113 onwards, it would be advisable to practice the left hand alone. So for this passage, starting on measure 109, so there, especially, you have this very big chord, 3 extended chords, which should be practiced separately as spot practice. And then you have, now here also it was advisable to practice the left hand alone. Second finger, third finger, second finger, third finger, second finger, third finger, second finger, third finger, second finger, third finger. And finally, the descending E minor arpeggio, you can divide between the two hands. Like so, so that it's safer than just playing it with the right hand alone. Right, then you can do. Yes, so slow practice first, then medium, then fast. Without practicing this waltz enough, one can't play it as well as one would like to, the way one would want to, because it's a technically demanding piece to quite some extent. So thank you for watching, and until we see each other next time, happy piano playing.